banished from Earth Classic Game Room broadcasts from the Intergalactic Space Arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything. Welcome to Classic Game Room, where today I'm reviewing Omega Race for the Atari 2600, a game that has quite possibly the most interesting Atari 2600 controller peripheral that I've ever seen. A little joystick adapter that fits over the joystick and is seated inside the stick stand for added effect. Start the game, which is like asteroids combined with instantaneous death and destruction. Omega Race. Omega Race was released to the arcades in 1981 from Midway. I believe it's a vector graphics machine, like asteroids, although I don't recall ever playing it until the Atari 2600 version, which is quite interesting. I've never seen a joystick peripheral like this for the Atari. As it turns out, Omega Race is very difficult. I'm not good at this game yet. I feel like there's some strategy here I haven't figured out yet. It's always exciting to open a brand new Atari 2600 game from, 30 or 40 years ago. Here's Omega Race for Atari 2600. Free multi-function booster grip joystick adapter. Although not really free, since presumably it came with the game that you paid for. Omega Race, droid ships, vapor mines. It looks amazing. I can't believe nobody opened this. So thanks again to my friend Eric in Pasadena, California for sending this to the show. Here's my Sharp Sue 2000, which was sent by Tim in Illinois. And it's time to unbox, or starting with unwrapping, Omega Race. Using the power of smell-o-vision. Can you smell that? Smells like the 80s, which smells like victory. And for the first time, Omega Race is out of its wrapper and ready to be enjoyed here on Classic Game Room. I hope it's as good as it looks, because it looks pretty good for the Atari 2600. Cool packaging. I don't think I've ever seen one quite like this. Alright, slide everything out of here. Ooh. I love these CBS cartridges. They're simple, but they always look badass. Probably because they have RAM Plus, which is not to be trifled with. Omega Race. Here's the instruction manual. Full color. Wow, you don't even get that today. In fact, you don't really get any manuals today. And the joystick adapter. Let's see here. Can I open this without destroying the package? Here's a regular Atari 2600 joystick with the stick stand, no less, that Eric also sent to the show, and we'll put that on top. And now we've got a serious badass modified Atari 2600 joystick. What is the strategy for this game? I just keep crashing into things. It's fascinating to see a two-button game on the 2600. One button fires and the other accelerates, but there is no brake button. It's very hard to slow down. You have to spin around and thrust in the other direction. More often than not, you just crash into things. Also, the enemies are extremely hard to hit. Oh yeah! That's what I call a lucky shot. Because it was lucky. And you can only have 2 shots on screen at one time. No rapid fire. Why is their aim better than mine? That seems unfair. Let's try this again. Let's try that again. Woo! Similar, but not too similar. Gosh, that music is almost familiar. This game is really cool because it's very unique for the 2600, and it is a lot of fun. It's a lot like Asteroids. Yeah! Rack 2 destroyed! That music cracks me up.
But unlike asteroids, you can't machine gun enemies, and despite the cool peripheral, you don't really have a lot of accuracy in this game.
Yes! Wreck 3 destroyed! Dun-dun-dun-dun. Ah! Doesn't fire fast enough. No! Here we have the Omega Race instruction manual for Atari 2600. And this has a great story on the inside. First thing it does is tell you how to hook up the controller, which is actually really cool. This is one of the best Atari 2600 accessories I've ever seen. And it allows you to play the single button Atari joystick with two buttons, fire and thrust. It does not come with the stick stand. That's sold separately. It does come with the booster grip, though, which is super cool. Alright, anyway, check out the storyline here, which is very cool. I'll dramatically read this for you. The gauntlet is tossed to the Earthling. We, the leaders of the Omega star system, have spent countless eons perfecting our method of training our warriors to defend our star colonies. This method, you may call it Omega Race, has proven so successful that evildoers tremble at the mere thought of interfering with us. Don't shoot me, I'm your friend. Except I'm not. I'm here to kill all of you in the Omega Race. Sounds like quite a race. As a result, our lives have become rather mundane and boring. So now we search the galaxies for other forms of intelligent life, fast and tough enough to meet the challenge of our Omega Race. Having failed to locate such life, we're settling for you. We await you in the arena, the Omegans. Oh, and they signed it. Wow, they signed every manual. That's dedication. Yeah, look at that. Skills to pay the space bills. Or not, yeah. That was bad.
Also, unlike asteroids, there's a big rectangle in the middle of the screen, and you can't fly off the left and emerge on the right.
You cannot fire fast enough for this game. Ah! What Omega Race needs is a turbo fire. Whoa!
Despite the game's difficulty, if you find one of these out in the wild, pick it up, because Omega Race is a great addition to your Atari 2600 collection. It's very cool.
This game is hard. Omegan attack waves, command ships, death ships, droid ships. This is a fun game, but it's punishing. Thanks again to my friend Eric from Pasadena, California for sending this to the show. I love the controller add-on. This is wonderful. I wish more games used this, although I'm sure that Omega Race was quite expensive back in the day. See how it works? It plugs into your Atari controller, plugs into the Omega Race controller, and that plugs into your Atari. Very cool. Omega Race!
I'm not sure what the best strategy is. Shooting enemies from a distance seems to work well until they start transforming into those fast-moving TIE fighters that drop mines all over the place. If you shoot the circle things before they turn into Death Stars, they're not worth as many points, but if you get them, they don't transform and shoot at you.
Yeah! Just for the record, that was luck. This game is impossible. Ciao! That's my high score for the day. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to beat that.
Classic Game Room is brought to you by Ethel the Cyborg Ninja, Book 1, and Jesus the Coked Up Chicken #1, Special Edition, now on Amazon. Welcome to the Lord Carnage Club, being shouted from within. A turbo volcano! Starting with Andy and Abby Schleiss. Jeff Breyer. Derek Langley. Michael and Ariana Nelson. Benjamin Woodring. Steven Chucknick. Al Stever. Ian Shore.
You sure are awesome.
Jason Goy. Sergio Matthias Hergert. Chip Sankbale. Busy Signal. Sean Zoltek. Rick DeBarros. Philip Strabenmuller. Jack Stavris. Ohad Kane. And Tiago Pereira dos Santos Silva from Porto, Portugal. Tiago Pereira dos Santos Silva from Porto, Portugal.